My personal project is a text and audio Bible app with a journaling feature. It uses two third-party APIs. The audio comes from api.esv.org, and the text comes from 4.dbt.io. The app has two forms of create, read, update, and delete, CRUD. The first is user authentication in the user profile, and the second is the journaling feature. So we're on the home page and we're not logged in. When you're not logged in, you have access to the login, sign up, browse, and you can also search. So I'll type in a search term. And you can click on an entry to go back to the browse page. And you can also click to view the full chapter. And if you notice, the audio is updating each time we make changes. You can also select a book and a chapter. It will display the first 5 verses. Again, you can also display the full chapter. And if you notice, again, the audio changed and it updates.
On the third day, there was a wedding at Cana in Galilee. The mother of...
And it plays. And that's the extent of that's pretty much what you can do when you're not logged in. So we're going to go and do a sign up. And then log in. So now that we're logged in, we can notice that we have the login and the sign up links disappear, and the journaling and profile links appear, and you also have a logout button now. So the browse function and the search function are pretty much the same except for one difference. So we'll demonstrate that. And if we select one, it will bring in, and you notice the difference is a save button now. So if we click save, we will go to the journal page. And also on this page, we can put in a title and a journal entry about the passage. So I'll demonstrate that. And then we could save it. And then the journal entry pops up on the side here. And let's go grab another one so we can save it. So go to browse, and then we'll pick a book and a chapter and display it. And of course, you can play the audio if you want or view the full chapter. So we're just going to save it. Takes us to the journal page where we are going to put in a title and put in a journal entry and save it. And it shows up over here. So we can go to this. If we click this, it changes everything. So we can edit these entries and then update the entry. And it changes the information. And we can also delete the entry, and it removes it from the list. So now we're going to go to the profile page. So we can change so on the profile page, you can change your first name, last name, and password, but not the email address because it's used as the usernames to log in. And in order to change your password, you have to type in the old password, and it has to be correct in order for the new password to take effect. So if we just put, some changes on the name, type in the old password, which was password, and then the new password, which is that. And if we update it, it prompts us to log in with your new password. So if we click that, type in our new password and log in. So now we're logged in again, and the journal entries are still there. Click it, it's there. And that's it. And then we can also log out and we're back as a non-logged in user. So the APIs and the models are here. So I have two models. One is a user model and one is a journal model. The user model, journal model. And the journal model is linked to the user model. So the journal model's foreign key is linked to the journal model's primary key. That's how they're linked. And then the APIs, we have two APIs. There's one key here and one key here that's hidden in the .env file. And this is one call to get the audio to that API. And then to get the text, we have an API call here, here, and here. So that's it. That concludes my personal project presentation. Thank you.
Hey, this is Mason, and this is my Life-kitz final presentation for Code Platoon. What we're going to do is we're going to log in and check out some stuff, and then log out, and then sign up a user and do some stuff too, so we can verify user authentication and the filtering of data depending on who is signed in. So right now we have one user, his name's Testing 300. And we're going to log in, and here is our dashboard. First, it lets us know which users logged in here, and then these are our widgets. So we have a weather widget, a wisdom widget, and a exchange widget, which is a currency exchange. So here we have the time, date, and the weather widget. Once I add a zip code, it stores in local storage and persists there as long as user is logged in. And is when you user logs out, the zip code is removed from storage. And then hopefully I can get another call in here to display the forecast. And if I want to change zip code, just come up here and enter the data again. I want some euros. I can say I have $500 cash. Do that for me, and give me like kind of an update that the API let me know that this is not live data. Cool. And then we want to change that. Now the bigger, or should be bigger, projects on this, or the apps, are up here, which is the Life-kitz. These are tools to get jobs done, and the MVP for this was to do expenses and notes. Pretty simplistic approach, but let's go into to-dos and take a look. So for testing 300, you can come in here and add new to-do and description. Okay, and then we see, let's say I did the laundry. I don't tan. I definitely don't go to the gym. So let's go to expenses. Let's see, we got some groceries here. I paid those. Let's see, notes. Check. Cool. Add the note there. Delete it. Same thing. So if we log out, now we get to sign up a customer, a user. Testing. Let's do 600. Testing.com. Testing 600. Testing. Okay, and we'll save that, and then we'll go. We'll log in, and we see here testing 600. We'll go to to-dos, no to-dos, no expenses, no notes, and we'll go to title, test, test. Cool. So yeah, so that works. So we see by user. Now we can also see this goes home. And we actually have it fully responsive down to mobile. That's a little feature that was added as well. But yeah, that is my application. Got a couple minutes here, so we're going to share some features of code, which I highly recommend everyone look into when you can view sets for Django backend. The model view set here that I use, this is my whole backend for the to-dos app. But the model view sets come with the CRUD already baked into it, with also, let's go to project URLs and this default router here. So with default router and the view sets, it auto configures my routes for me, and it does everything I need to, and it's really what I believe, Django was meant to be, or DRF, Django REST Framework. But that's it. Cool, thank you.
Hey, Leo Deepenrose here, and I just wanted to go over my project real quick. So my project is called I Love You Too, and it's a mental health journal prompt web app, and it's going to help users track and manage their mental health. This app provides users with a series of daily prompts and questions to guide them in reflecting their own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. So the goal of this app is to encourage users to develop a regular journaling habit, which can help them gain insight into their mental health and identify patterns or triggers that may contribute to their mental health struggles. Just here are some screenshots of it. This is the main page. This right here is like a category page for all the different journal prompts. This is actual prompts. This is a page where you're actually writing that out. This is a page where you're actually looking at that prompt that you answered. We have a mood tracking feature. So this feature right here allows you to track the moods, and you can receive those moods. So these are all the ones that you have placed a mood under, and this right here is I guess your tracker. So it's almost like GitHub, where it tracks which days you actually did your mood on. Here's a picture of my database. It's not really that important, I guess, but it's there. Well, it's important for my app, but presenting wise, I guess it's not that important. Yeah. For the features, I talked about that, and yeah. So let's actually get to the app. So this is the main page. Let me just log out, and I can register a new user, log in a user. So let's go ahead and register a new user, and this will be test at AOL.com. Wait, that's test at AOL.com. 123 is my password. I'm gonna register that, and so now I'm able to log in, and I should be able to log in with test at AOL.com. 123, log in, and we are in. And this page is your it says welcome test. This page is letting you know, it's the journal tracker page, so it's letting you know what days that you actually journaled on. This is a new page, this is a new user, so it's going to, of course, not show any days, but we can see if we go to journal prompts and do a journal, it would actually show. So this is the category page when you go to journal prompt, it shows you the different categories you can choose from. So you can choose from gratitude, reflection, mindfulness, self-discovery, relationships, self-esteem, challenging negative thoughts, positive affirmations, travel, and you can see the different descriptions of these. So you think about like self-discovery, it allows you to explore your values, beliefs, and personal goals, your strengths and weaknesses, and your passions and interests. Or you go to something like mindfulness, you can write about your mindfulness practice, meditation, or simply reflect on your thoughts, emotions in the present moment, etc., etc. You can go to gratitude, and it says you can write about things you're grateful for each day, people who have impacted your life positively, and moments of joy. So let's say we go to self-discovery and we go to view prompts. So there's only a few prompts in here. So if we go back or just go to journal prompts, we can see that each one has a different amount of prompts. I'm continuing, this one has no prompts, but I'm continuing to update the prompts in here. So like when we go to self-discovery, you can see that a few of them here. So this one says, what brings you joy and fulfillment? How can you incorporate more of these things into your life, and what might be holding you back from pursuing them? What are the fears and limited beliefs? How have these beliefs held you back in the past, and what steps you can take to overcome them? So there's just a bunch of different prompts just like that. And if we go to journal prompts and we go to gratitude, we can see more. So it's right about a time when you felt stuck or overwhelmed, but someone helped you find a new perspective. How did their support make you feel grateful, right? So there's different things, inspiration, goal setting. So let's go to inspiration because we haven't seen that one. We don't need to read it, but if we go to view responses, this allows you to view the responses. So it shows you the initial prompt, and down here it shows you the responses, which we have no responses. We don't have any. So if I were to go back, we can go back to here and actually answer that, and I'll just answer blah blah, just copy that, blah 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 dot blah 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 dot, and continue because we got a lot to talk about, right? And so then we answered this one, so then I'll go ahead and submit it. Hit submit, and that takes us to that one page showing us all the ones that we answered. So now once we get to that answered page, it shows that we have one submission in there. And as we continue to submit on there, so let's just go back here. So as I continue to add things on there, another blah, so copy that, another blah, yep, just like that, whatever. We can submit that, and now that shows under here as a second one, and you continue to build off those. So journal prompt, I don't remember, was that self-inspiration? I don't even remember which one it was, so I don't know how to get back to it. Inspiration maybe, view responses, so you can do that. And that's pretty much it for that. And you can do that for every one of them, except for that one because I didn't add any prompts there. But like I said, I'm continuing to build on it, and I'll continue to add more prompts. And that's it for that. The next feature is the journal tracker. So now at first we didn't have any. So now we should be able to see one journal prompt for today. And my algorithm is super slow, so it takes just a little minute because, yeah, there we go. So it showed on the 28th I have something, and if I do it on the 29th, it'll also do it. And just track the days in which we journaled. As you've seen, when I first opened up an app, nothing showed, but now that I did a journal, that one shows. And it's the same thing for mood response, mood tracker. There's a mood tracker, and we didn't do anything, so it doesn't have any responses there. But if I do a mood check-in, I'm able to check in on my mood, and we can just put the first one, and this changes. And so we can just put there, and how do you feel? I feel silly right now, and hit submit. And that takes us to the mood responses page. So you can see that you made this response, I feel silly right now, with this emoji on this date. And you can continue to just track them more than one day. So show me the money, and hit submit. And now that's another one for that day. And again, we can go to mood tracker, and again, this one even takes even longer because the first one I actually optimized the algorithm, but this one isn't too optimized, so it might take a little bit longer. Give it about 30 seconds. And yeah, it should work. There we go. So April 28th is when we checked in for that mood. So So that's pretty much it. We did all of those features, and the last one is the quote. I used the quote API generator to get this. Well, I'm getting my quote from an API, so it's giving me a random quote about happiness every time I click it. And I have 50,000 of these. So, and also another API I used was this emoji API. So I'm getting all these emojis pulled from an API, and that is it for I Love You Too.